Hello Drone Racers, I'm Mark, and today on Drone Racer 101, I'm going to review a DJI Mavic Air. Oh wait, no I'm not. DJI didn't send me one, but Eachine sent me something, so let's take a look at this. One, it comes in a pretty cool little case, so it's nice and portable. So it's about the size, or even a little bit smaller than a Mavic Air case, but this is the Eachine E56, and I'm gonna tell you in full disclosure that I am doing this review for the second time. I actually reviewed it the first time, and I was very skeptical. I didn't think it was gonna be good, and then I flew it, and then I decided I've gotta redo this because it's really cool. Here's the big thing, see this? No, I didn't grab a remote for my old Nintendo Wii. This is the controller for the E56, and this is part of what's so innovative about it. We'll go over this in just a minute, but I want to show you what it does in the manual. Most of the manual you don't really care about unless you need spare parts, and it shows you how that works, but you actually need the manual for this because it's a little bit different. So here's the important part, because you don't have your traditional mode 1 or mode 2 sticks. This acts as a mode 2 controller basically. So you have the button on the top, the Z button I think it would be, for high speed, low speed, which is good, the joystick, which controls your throttle. So you press it to take off and land, which I forget each time I fly this. The throttle acts as this, so this acts as your left stick if you're in mode 2. So we have yaw, and we have throttle. Mode 3 will operate headless mode, which I haven't tried yet. Calibration, emergency stop, so if it ends up somewhere you shouldn't, you press it and turn it off, it'll drop out of the sky, and then control the lights, and then a power switch. So what you do with this is you actually just tilt it. So the whole thing has a gyro in it that acts as your right stick in mode 2. So you lean forward for pitching, forward and back, and you roll right and left. And it's really, really intuitive. We'll see that in just a minute. Also, you get a lavender packet. I don't know if this is supposed to be tea or just to make it smell good, or I've actually gotten a couple boxes from China with things like this in it, and I don't know what to do. Somebody tell me what to do. What the heck is up with this? You get a package of extra props and a screwdriver, the drone itself, which we'll look at last, and then a USB charger. So it charges via USB, it has a barrel connector. It's not exactly proprietary, but it's not one you're gonna have just laying around. So then you have the drone itself, and it's a folding arm drone like a Mavic, but it's a lot smaller. Here I've actually got a Spark next to it, and it's about Spark size, except it has folding arms, so you can throw this one in your pocket much more conveniently. I mean, feature-wise, it's not even close. There's no GPS, there's no whole bunch of stuff. It's not gonna just sit there for you. It has a 6-minute flight time, 7-minute flight time. We'll test that here in just a minute. The arms fold out. Ooh, the power button is on the top. I just turned on the lights and it's gonna freak out until I turn on the controller. We'll just turn it back off for now. One thing to note, when you are putting the props away, they fold in. You need to put in these back props. There's a little notch here. So there we go. And they'll slide in. If you try and do it backwards, they don't fit very well. Here's the battery, and there's a little release button to release and pull out the battery. This is available in packs. I only have one battery, but you can get packs that come with 2 or 3 batteries. So there's little notches here. There's a notch somewhere to grab it out. There it is. So then that comes out, and then the power cord plugs in right here. So one thing to note that I realized that was actually pretty slick, there's actually a little notch here to be able to plug in the charger. So because I only have the one battery, I don't take the battery out to charge it. It just slides and pops in there really nice. So that's pretty slick. So yeah, it's really well designed. I've reviewed a couple things similar to this in the past, and they were okay. They're super cheap. Like this one's $45 with one battery, and like $46 with 2, and $50 with 3 batteries. It's definitely a toy, but it operates really well. So let's go out and see how it flies, so then you can get a much better comparison. Oh yeah, one more thing. It's a 720 camera, which is one of the reasons it looks so good. And there's a non-controllable, it's a manual gimbal. So if you're gonna be flying out somewhere and you're gonna be flying higher, you want the camera facing down. If you want facing forward, you can set that up. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is turn the radio on, turn or flip these open, make sure you can see these, and hit the power button. So then on here, I'm gonna press, just like a lot of other radios, up and then down, and it locks it in place. Calibrate with the right button here. Let's see, hold it down. There we go. Yeah, there it's flashing, and it calibrated, so it's good and level now. So now I'm ready to take off here, but I also want, well actually first, yeah, I'm gonna take off and then I will show you the app. So to take off, you press the button here, turns the props, and then you just push up on the throttle here. So here's what we've got. It doesn't like being this close to the ground. It takes it a second to get it all leveled in place. But then here, to go forward, you go forward, and then back, and then right, and then left. To yaw, to go up, you press up on the up stick, on the stick, I guess. And then down, and then to yaw, you press the stick left and right. And one of the things that impressed me was that, here, I'll go a little bit lower so you can see, I can yaw pretty smoothly with this, just a little bit. I found that to be very impressive. I mean, that's just a very little yaw. If I want to go yaw fast, I can yaw fast. If I want to yaw just a little bit, I can pretty well. So if I pull the trigger, that's supposed to increase the speed, so there it's pretty fast. But for somebody that doesn't fly at all, this is really intuitive. They don't have to figure out modes and sticks and things. Like, I go up, down, and I go forward and back. I mean, come on, how easy is that? So now I want to bring it in and show you the app and the camera, because that was one of the parts that really, really impressed me. Just press the button again to land. So here I just go into settings, and a UAV and a number shows up, and that is the drone here. So I will just click and connect to that. So now I'm connecting to the Wi-Fi on the drone. I have in my page of apps the Eachine Fly App, so I will click that and it will open up. Hey, this is one thing that was weird. So you can see my phone placement here. It won't rotate on me. I had to turn it this way, which to me is very backwards. So then it's up and we have a very close view of my pool table cover. Let me adjust the camera angle. So for what I'm doing, I want pretty much a straight view today. Now, my control still works, and then from here I can set the recording. So first I'm just going to show you the flight here of what the app looks like. Well, I'll take off again. And it does do height hold, but it takes it a few seconds to get it. But then once you do, I don't have to adjust with the height at all. The height hold works really well. I mean, I'm not messing with it at all, and it's staying in place without any problem at all. So here now, you can see, I'll show you, going to give you a view of my extra drone storage area and plan. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff here that I can see, and there is definitely some latency. This is not one that I don't really consider an FPV quad. This is something that I will use it to record in 720. So here we go. The other thing I'm going to do now, we'll see if this works. I'm going to actually stop the recording on my phone with the screen and start the recording on the camera, because I'm not sure I can do both at the same time. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try and recalibrate it with, I think it calibrates this controller too when you do this, because when I had it, it was way too forward and I had to lean forward a lot, and it wasn't like that earlier. So I want it like this. I'm going to try that again. So now I'm going to start the recording on this camera, or on the app here. I've hit record, take off again, and now it's going to record onto my phone. There's not an SD card in place on the device. It's just recording on your phone, but it looks pretty darn good. So if I want to get a sight here, there's no gimbal on it. It's not automatic. It's not perfectly smooth. But then if I want to go and explore the area, yeah, and that did recalibrate the handle here, so now it's in a much more comfortable position for me. I should have turned on some additional lights. But there, okay, so I'm going to try some FPV, because the video just looks really good, but there's enough latency here. It's scary. It's very scary. So here's some nose in for me if I'm not looking. Okay, so there oh, nope, other way. There we go. So you can see this pile of stuff behind me is why I'm trying to get more reviews in. I want to get through, I bought about half of this, and about half of it is sample stuff that I've been sent. So I need more time, leaning the wrong way, to fly through here. And this is the pool table area that you see quite a bit. Oh, so it's a pretty well zoomed camera. And it's not super smooth, there's not a gimbal, but for taking pictures, let's see, I'm going to take some pictures here. Turn off the video. Okay, oh, it wants access to my photos. Definitely start a recording before you do the flight, because now I'm having to fly. There we go. So say I'm up somewhere and I want to take a photo. There we go, we'll try again. It's pretty much just an instant thing. It'd be nice if there was a photo button on the remote. So The hard part is you have to pay constant attention to your wrist. When you're flying and you want to go, it's really handy. But when you just want to sit and hover, it's really good. But if you don't want to pay a lot of attention, I want it to just sit there, I can't really do it. I can't look at something else while I'm going. We'll turn the video back on. So there with a wider view of a pretty dark area, it just looks pretty darn good. I haven't tried this outside. Maybe we'll go do that next just to see what happens. So I hadn't planned on doing this, so I don't have my FPV gloves or my coat or my right microphone, but we're going to go ahead and try it to see what it looks like outside. Start the recording. See, that's a pretty darn good picture. Now, there's definitely a lot of latency. But that's pretty cool. I'm not looking at the drone now, I'm looking at the FPV feed. Where'd it go? I lost it. Uh-oh. Did it crash? I think I crashed. Emergency stop. Where'd you go? Did it fly away? Oh, it's crashed somewhere. Where are you? You're looking at windows. What windows are those? That is my house, at least. Oh, there you are. Yeah, so that FPV feed is a little rough to try and fly. I think it's okay though. My lights are flashing though, so it's almost dead. We're gonna try this and see what happens. Oh, it will not let me take off again because the batteries are dead. So at least we got a view of what it looked like outside. So with some practice, I think you could probably do line of sight, but I'm not sure this is really an advantage for that. This is more to make it fun to fly, which I'll turn off so I don't waste those batteries. I didn't say you take this bottom plate off here. There's a little pry bar. There it is. You pull that, and then on the other side, and there we go. And then that comes off and you put batteries inside. But it flies well. It's just fun to fly because it's so different with this. It just makes it kind of interesting. And the 720 video records to your phone, I think looks really good. I guess you know better than I do. I haven't actually watched the footage on a big screen yet. So if that's garbage, I guess I'll do an overdub. So what I'm gonna do also now is put this on the charger and see how long it flies, because it's supposed to fly to 6 to 7 minutes. Will it? I don't know. Let's find out. So yeah, it flew right at 6 minutes. That's not too bad for just hovering. So what I'm gonna say for final results of this is the best one of these types of drones I have flown. It's the most fun because of the controller that you get here. The camera, the 720p camera, looks good. It's certainly a toy. This is not a replace for your Spark. It's not, oh, don't get the Spark, get this instead. It's not that kind of thing. It's $45. With a couple of batteries, you can fly it around. The kids can have a blast. They can fly it. They can control it. You can have some line of sight. You can record some video. You can take some photos. And it's stable and durable because I crashed it and it's still going. So I think it's going to be a good first model for people to play with to even realize what a quadcopter does before they move up to a real quadcopter. So if you found this useful, leave a like and a comment down below and let me know which of these types of models in that $50 range is the best. I actually have another one to review next, another Eachine model. That'll be soon. And until next time, remember. Here, let's get a fake camera view. No, it can't do that.